In college, I knew this girl, Alison. A redhead with a heart-shaped butt. She wore a platinum ring on her wedding finger. She wondered why I never dated Korean chicks. She'd laugh when I got pissed about MTV's Real World. I said, "Diversity, my ass. Never had an Asian guy on the show." She'd tell me I was her daily dose of Nuprin. I said, "The hell that means?" She said, "You know, little, yellow, different." Her boyfriend was in Chicago, a determined type. Well, I was determined too. Alison was a devout Christian. She was worried I hadn't found Jesus. I said, "Is he lost?" Alison read to me by candlelight how Eve was tempted by the serpent. I asked, "Am I that serpent?" She said no, but that I was funny. Alison talked about her missions into Mexico and Costa Rica. I talked about my dad's battle with alcohol and adoption. Alison asked me why so many Asian girls date white guys. Told her, because they watch too much Star Trek. They're in love with Captain Kirk. But that's okay, because I only dig Southern belles with ass. Alison made me feel inspired. She wasn't phony, she wasn't stupid. She genuinely seemed fascinated to hear about me. One night, I found Alison on the steps behind the theater crying. Windy City boy toy had second thoughts on tying the knot, wanted to play the field. I said, "He's a jag-off, piece of shit, cheating on you because he didn't know you." I looked into her eyes. Her hair smelt like Kansa prairie grass. She grabbed the back of my neck and kissed me, more like swallowing a soul, awkward and electric, force and energy, teeth knocking, chattering, mouths smashing into each other. She threw herself onto me. I dug in with my elbows to keep upright, ocean breaking against jagged rock. She ripped my Evel Knievel shirt. I lost control. She cried. She put her head on my chest. Stayed like that for a long time. Felt peaceful. She asked me, "Is love supposed to feel like this?" Told her everything is everything. She said she thought Bruce Lee was sexy. I said, "Hey, I know Kung Fu." She laughed, "And I'm gonna be the next Steve McQueen." She said, "Why not be you first?" I watched her fall asleep, touched her ring, thought of my mother, wondered what made her come to America. What was she running away from? Wanted to ask her if life was always like this. I remember my mother told me the reason she dated my dad was he was the only Korean man in Kansas. This was 1968, the year of McQueen's Mustang Fastback, the year of Bullet, the year my mom met my dad. Every time I went away to school, and I met someone, she'd ask, "Is she Korean?" I'd say, "Nah, Ma, she's white." You know, I never had an Asian girlfriend, though I did date a Chinese girl once. I was driving my Mercury Mystique, or as my mechanic called it, my Mercury Mistake. I looked over at her and said, "Am I your type?" She looked back at me, then at my stained fabric seats, then at the Lexus driving by. She pointed, "That's my type." Fate likes to kick you in the gut when you're truly happy. Phone call. Alison said it's been 6 days since my period. I said, could it be stress? Finding out your fiancé is cheating, killing your goldfish, and losing your virginity is a lot to handle. She said, I see 2 blue lines, and I never killed Frankie. I said, are you sure it's mine? Dial tone. I called her back. She answered, hello, asshole. I said, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. She said, take care of me. You were the serpent that made me bite the apple. Can't really argue with someone who gets biblical. But I opened my heart and told her, for a guy like me, a girl like you only comes but once. The day came for me to fly. I was going to meet her parents. I can count on my fist the number of times I was intimate with the girl, and afterwards she wanted me to meet her parents. Waiting in the terminal, I see an old woman limping, all alone, bug-eyed, gasping for air, lonely. I thought of my mother. If she knew her little boy knocked up a white girl out of wedlock, she'd disown me. I paced. I drank in the airport bar. I kept looking at that old woman talk to herself. The only thing I ever had faith in was Alison. But sometimes something so perfect just scares the shit out of me. It's been over 7 years now. I Googled her. She has a MySpace. She looks the same. Shorter hair, but new name. One with a dash in the middle. On her page is a photo of her and her son. He's cute. Got her smile and my eyes. Like I always told her, everything is everything. Steve McQueen, I ain't.